The Knicks at the Lakers. Coverage begins Sunday at 3 Eastern with tip-off at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC. Presented by Indeed.
The Players' Championship on ESPN.
No, he didn't, did he? Yes, he did.
Rory McIlroy returns to TPC Sawgrass to defend his title against an elite field of the world's best players.
Knows what it takes to win this trophy.
There's more pressure.
Oh, no.
More risk.
We were watching miracles unfold there for a sec.
More heartbreak.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
More reward, because this is major. The Players' Championship, March 12th through the 15th on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. How are you? My name is Scott Van Pelt, host of SV Pod, along with my partner in crime, Stanford Steve. What do we talk about mostly on the podcast, Steve?
Sports.
Some.
Parenting.
I feel like that comes up a lot. I feel like most recently I've needed some help because I feel like my shortcomings there are evident. It's life stuff, relatable content.
It's fun.
It's just two bald-headed goons just talking about nonsense a lot in a crowded podcast space. There's that one.
We're here.
Here we are.
Earlier on Clinton and Friends.
ABS has been in the spring training setup now for ever since they started playing games. There's a couple things about this that I'm not going to say bother me, but that I needed to see in practice to understand how they were actually going to look. Number one, it's a little awkward. There's something about the rhythm of the game that we're all going to have to get used to based on these challenges.
Clinton and Friends, weekdays from 10 to noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
ACC Network, your home for ACC baseball.
This is as good as it gets.
Left center field. Go! We have the hottest teams in college baseball. Strike break call.
This is so exciting. It's the best time of the year.
ACC baseball all season long on ACC Network, streaming live on ESPN app.
The T. Rowe Price ACC Men's Basketball Tournament.
The destination is elite, and there is nothing like it. They have stormed the court.
Coverage begins with the second round Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern.
Takes it out at the buzzer! What a shot! He hit it! Are you serious? It never gets old. It always feels big.
The madness is coming to ESPN Radio and to ESPN. This is Freddie and Harry.
My last three up is Harry Douglas doing something he's never done before. Admitted he was wrong twice. Early when we kicked off the show, giving credit to my New York Knicks, and not even 5 minutes ago saying, my bad, Freddie, going first and 3 up, 3 down. This is a historic show.
This has never happened to me before. I don't know why I was so quick on 3 up and 3 down. I was quick draw McGraw.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Every March, are brackets the only thing you can think about? Do you have symptoms such as constant bracket obsession or moderate to severe bracket-related distractions? You may be living with bracket brain. Thankfully, there's ESPN Tournament Challenge, the #1 proven way to treat bracket brain right at the source. So this March, download the ESPN Tournament Challenge app, fill out your men's bracket, and get you and your brain in the game. ESPN Tournament Challenge. Play the #1 bracket game. Presented by Allstate.
Wichita's news sports leader, ESPN Wichita, 92.3 FM, KKGQ, Newton. This is the Shane Dennis Show on the new ESPN Wichita, 92.3 FM.
Hey, welcome in. Thank you for listening. Hopefully you stick around for the next 2 hours and make it 4 hours. You got nothing better to do, right? Listen to us. Shane Dennis Show, episode 1172. Jack Johnson alongside as well, running things and contributing. You'll hear from him here in just a little bit. We would like to hear from you if you could spare the time and you have some takes or something you like to get off your chest or a question or something like that. So consider it, will you? We got a couple different ways for you to be a part of the show over the next couple of hours, actually the next 4 hours. So heads up, if you're unfamiliar with the station or the show, thanks for giving us a chance. And here are some numbers that you probably ought to know. If you want to call, you can use the hotline. It's 316-669-4996. If you want to text us, a lot of you do this. If you want to text us, easier, a little handier, a little quicker. 316-247-0923. Keep in mind, the text line is exclusively for texts. We're not going to call you on the text line, nor are we going to answer your call if you call it. So just shoot us a text and make sure you label it as such in your phone, if you don't mind. And then, of course, the hotline is strictly for calling us. You'll need that later on today. And you'll need the text line any old time you want to shoot us a text. So do so whenever you feel like it. Smart speaker usage. If you got one of those, tell it to play KKGQ 92.3 FM. ESPNWichita.com. You can stream the show that way on that website, which we have revamped a little bit. It is new and improved, and we're pretty proud of it. So check us out there. And if you work from home, you got a cave, or you're at your desk, you got a workspace at home, and you're able to stream and you want to from there, you want to listen to us while you work, that's how you can do it. ESPNWichita.com, click listen live. If you miss something, we have everything archived there. So if you want to re-listen to something or listen to something because it's more convenient for you on your schedule, New Day with SSJ, me, Pat and the Pulse from 2 to 4, Seren Petro and the program from 4 to 6. You miss an interview or miss a segment, miss a rant by one of us, and you didn't catch it the first time, on demand, ESPNWichita.com, click podcast, or if you have our app downloaded on your phone, you can do that way also. So we got all kinds of ways for you to cover your bases. If you don't hear us or hear what you want the first time around, or as I've said before, if you like this show, or if you like the Pulse with Pat and it just doesn't fit in your work schedule and you can't listen live, then if you want to make some time for us at a later time, you can check out what you missed. You won't have to miss a thing. Download our ESPN Wichita app. You can take us with you wherever you go. Also, live stream us / follow us on X at ESPN Wichita, Facebook, and our YouTube channel. We have one of those. Head on over there, subscribe, and on the crawl, the ticker down there at the bottom, you got everything that you need to know about this show or the Pulse when we're here at our Equity Bank Park studios. Text line, hotline, schedule of the show, what we're going to talk about and in what order, generally, unless there's breaking news. So it's very comprehensive. If you stream us on Twitter, Facebook, or our YouTube channel. We are indeed at our Equity Bank Park studio. It is March 5th. It's the 64th day of the year. There are 301 days left in 2026. Headed for a high today, later on this afternoon, of 64 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Fog warning out there. I don't know about right now, but earlier, potentially dangerous. So be careful and don't tailgate, people, when there's foggy conditions out there like there is today. So there you go. We will tell you what we're going to talk about and who we're going to talk to coming up here in just a second. But first, Jack has what we call a moment of levity. He very simply tells us a joke, tries to make us laugh. Jack?
How many telemarketers does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know. How many?
Only one, but he has to do it while you're eating dinner.
Okay. Not bad. It is National Slam the Scam Day. This is a day to raise public awareness about Social Security related scams and scammers. Hashtag slam the scam. So if you see that today, that's what that means. National Hospitalist Day. Hat tip to the more than 60,000 hospitals nationwide. Cheese Doodle Day. National Personality Day. And Absinthe Day. A spirit. I know I've asked you this before, Jack. You've tried this, right? Absinthe?
I have, yes. Very much a hallucinogen.
Yeah,
call it.
that's what I've thought. Okay, yeah, that's maybe one of these days I'll give it a whirl. A bunch of days to tell you about tomorrow when we get to March 6th. Born day, Emmett Culligan, that guy, the water guy, founder of Culligan. And also John Frusciante. He is 56. He's a member of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So there you go. That is March 5th for you. Here's what we're going to talk about. I am going to introduce you to Bridget Howard and why you should care about who that is if you're a baseball fan. I will talk to in studio Brian Green, Shocker baseball coach, will swing by and he will get you ready, no doubt, for the weekend series with West Georgia out of the A-Sun. Shockers at 9-3. We'll entertain them starting tomorrow afternoon at 3:00 at X Stadium as the homestand continues for the Shocks. So talk to Brian Green, talk some Shocker baseball coming up in hour number 1. We will also give away some things, both in first hour. One on the hotline, one on the text line. So that will keep you guys and gals sharp, we hope. The Lou Holtz Twitter question coming up later on in hour 1. Lou Holtz checked out yesterday at the age of 89. So we've got a Twitter question in his honor at ESPN Wichita. 1:00, we look forward to the American Conference Tournament. It's right around the corner. And we gave you all as many scenarios as we could about the Big 12 the last couple of days. We'll do that regarding the American. Who's capable of what coming up in the last couple of games for almost everybody else. Last one game for Wichita State on Saturday. That game against FAU is a standalone game on Saturday. But we'll let you know who's playing who did what last night, and what the chances are for schools to get to either the semifinals, the quarterfinals, or round 2 as far as clinching what seed. So be listening for some basketball talk at 1:00. And then Jamie Bluma is somewhere in the deep South making his way to Florida with his better half. And so we'll catch up with him at 1:25. He'll tell us exactly where he is and exactly where he's going. And we'll get some World Baseball Classic talk going with him, of course. Some Royals talk as well as spring training continues to churn out the inter-squad games and the backfield split squad games, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll talk a little baseball at 1:25. And I'm old Jack Young at the end of the show. Normally, Pat would join, but Jack is in for Pat today, and he will take you from 2 to 4 with the Pulse. So that's your schedule right now. So if you want to be a part of any or all of that, you're more than welcome. And certainly encourage your texts if you got them. 316-247-0923. So the Royals made an announcement yesterday, and I was unaware of Bridget Howard before yesterday. And now we all, at least Royals fans, if you go to MLB.com or you're on Twitter and you follow a bunch of Royals Twitter handles, you might want to add Bridget Howard, because she now is with the Royals doing a job that she called the, quote, North Star unquote, for her. Something she always thought she had a shot at, and now it's become reality. The Royals have hired Bridget Howard as a host and sideline reporter for Royals.tv. The 27-year-old will join the crew and all of its members from last season. Everybody else is back, and she has been added to the mix. Ryan Lefevre, Jake Eisenberg, play-by-play, Rex Hudler, Jeremy Guthrie, analysts, Joel Goldberg, Jeff Montgomery, pre and post on TV, and Howard is scheduled to appear on all the home broadcasts as well as one road series. That would be in St. Louis in May. And her first game is tonight against the Rangers. Howard was quoted as saying on MLB.com, quote, "The Royals have always been a part of my life. I understand what they mean to the city, and this job has always been the North Star for me. I always knew I wanted to work in baseball, and to be able to come home and do it for my hometown team, I still don't even know if I can put it into words. It's an incredibly full circle moment." End of quote. She will be the first woman to appear consistently on Royals broadcast in the history of the franchise. And so if you follow the Royals and watch them on TV a lot, that's no surprise to you. It's normally Eisenberg or Lefevre kicking it down on the field to Joel Goldberg, the pre and post guy. So it's a little bit of a departure of the norm, but it's also a first in Royals history as well. And I was, like I said a little bit earlier, I was unaware of her, but I was also unaware that she's the daughter of David Howard, who played with the Royals in the 1990s. And she grew up in Kansas City and went to Blue Valley High School, went to K-State, and played soccer there, apparently. So there you go. You Royals baseball fans, when you wonder, who's the gal down on the field with the microphone? That's who it is. And she gets an opportunity to live out her dream and be a part of the Royals home games. And then I would imagine it's just Joel when you want to go down to the field on the road for the human interest stories and the conversations that he's had with certain players, etc. The Royals reached out to her about joining the broadcast team this offseason, apparently. And there are quite a few changes to the broadcast this year because of the MLB production. Joel Goldberg was quoted in the story, said, quote, "From a chemistry standpoint, we're going to gain something. We have another voice, and we're all going to be better because of it." End of quote. So that will be a little bit of history made by the Royals. Jack, were you aware of Bridget Howard? And had you heard about this coming down the pike? Pretty big news yesterday.
I did know about this. Actually, I had the chance to talk to her down in spring training. We actually have a lot of mutual friends. She went to high school 15 minutes from where I went to high school.
Okay.
So a lot of the people she was friends with, a lot of people that I was friends with. So, yeah, she's perfect for the job. Had done a lot of sideline reporting before and was really working incredibly hard while I was down there, going up, meeting every single player, meeting all the people you need to. And that's important when you have a job like that. So, yeah, excellent hire by the Royals.
So you were sitting on this the whole time. Were you sworn to secrecy?
I wasn't sworn to secrecy, but I assumed that it was already well known by the time I was down there, but I guess not. So
okay,
yeah, I would.
Good thing you didn't go shooting your mouth off, huh?
Yeah, no, I guess I would have gotten in trouble for that.
All right, there you go. Jack and I both watched some WBC last night. Australia was front and center. This is at the Tokyo Dome, Australia. And was it Chinese Taipei, Jack? Chinese Taipei, not South Korea.
Taiwan,
right?
Taiwan and Australia.
Taiwan. Okay, Taiwan. Anyway, Travis Bazzana, guy I was telling you about, the Guardians best and brightest. He went deep. He grew up in Australia, Bazzana did, and went to college at Oregon State, but he's Australian born and he went deep. And so that game ended up 3-0. And the Americans, Team USA, they continued their tune-up, or wrapped it up anyway, yesterday. They played the Rockies, put up 14 on them, and they will get ready to crank it up in the WBC coming up tomorrow night, I believe. And so World Baseball Classic was on the brain last night, and a little bit of late night viewing with Australia winning that game 3-0 last night. 316-247-0923 if you got any thoughts about Bridget Howard, I guess, if you got thoughts on that. Which World Baseball Classic, you got thoughts on that, then shoot them over here at 316-247-0923. You know what? Let's take care of a little bit of business right here before we go to join or have Brian Green join us and talk some Shocker baseball. I have a couple of things to give away. And one is a pair of concert tickets for this weekend up at Gillies in Park City. It's Saturday, 8 p.m. It's Cody, Canada. I got a pair of tickets for you. If you want to go, just text me Canada to 316-247-0923. If you want to go to the concert, 8 o'clock on Saturday, I'll give you a pair of tickets, and just text Canada, like the country. Text it, 316-247-0923. They have tickets available for said concert if you're not lucky enough to win them here. You can go to playgillies.com for more information, or through Ticketmaster if you want to get tickets. But if you want to go on us, I got a pair of tickets for you if you just text Canada to 316-247-0923. Shoot the text our way and cross your fingers. And good luck to y'all. And hopefully you get to go watch a free concert up at Gillies in Park City. We will be up there before too much longer. The month of March, we're going to be busy when it comes to on location, getting ready for March Madness, and some combo thereof. We're going to go. We got big things planned at Gillies for sure over the next couple of weeks leading into March Madness. We'll have special show times on the opening 2 days of March Madness on the 19th and the 20th. So be ready to be a little flexible and get on roller skates that Thursday and Friday. We'll also be on location. I will anyway. I think Pat will. But here in a few weeks, we'll be at Booth Creek Wagyu. So we'll be at the 21st and Webb location out there here in about 3 weeks. Give you more information as we get a little bit closer to time. We'll also have movie night at Boulevard Theaters. All those things are happening in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So as we get closer to March Madness, we're going to be more out and about and seen. And so as we get closer to those events, we'll let you know where we're going to be. But we just want to give you a heads up that now that the weather's heating up a little bit and springtime is right around the corner. And by the way, I didn't realize this until yesterday or the day before. This Sunday morning, it's daylight savings time starts. So it'll be more and more like summertime starting Sunday morning. So that'll be great too, in my opinion anyway. So we'll have some Gillies appearances. We'll have some Booth Creek Wagyu appearances. We may even have another remote mixed in there as well. So, and we'll have a Boulevard Theater movie night coming up later on this month. So be listening for that. And again, if you want to go to Gillies this Saturday and watch a free concert on us, Cody, Canada, then just text Canada, 316-247-0923. And if you win, we will contact you. You'll hear from us and how to claim those tickets and how to go to Gillies and watch a concert on us. Again, it's Saturday at 8 p.m. It's Cody, Canada. If you're not lucky enough to win, go to Ticketmaster or playgillies.com and find out more information and pricing on that. It's at Gillies Dance Hall and Saloon up in Park City. All right, when we come back, we need to talk a little Shocker baseball. Brian Green's going to join us here in studio. They welcome in West Georgia out of the A-Sun this weekend, starting tomorrow afternoon. Game 1 of that series at X Stadium tomorrow afternoon. And we'll get Coach Green's thoughts on the first 12 games, some individual guys, some collective thoughts from a 30,000-foot snapshot, but some individual guys too, including Jaden Gustafson, one of the returners. It's off to a really good start as well. When we come back, Brian Green, Shocker baseball coach, next.
You're listening to the Shane Dennis Show on ESPN Wichita, 92.3 FM.
Speaking of Booth Creek, I am in love with the product at Booth Creek Wagyu. It started out as a special occasion meal, and it's really evolved for me. And I make a point of making any occasion a Booth Creek Wagyu occasion. If you go there once, I promise you're going to go back for more. Elevate your beef with Booth Creek Wagyu at 21st and Webb Road. Ask for Jeannie. She'll hook you up. Tell them ESPN Wichita sent you. And not just with steak either. They got burgers, hot dogs, beef jerky, and you can crank up the surf and turf because they have seafood too. They changed the way I eat beef, and they'll do the same for you. Tailgating, hosting parties, or just an evening in, let Booth Creek Wagyu make every occasion feel special. 21st and Webb or boothcreekwagyu.com.
Why do winners play at Seven Plans Casinos? The numbers don't lie. From Wichita to Texas, Seven Plans has the only certified loose casinos, as verified by Strictly Slots Magazine. That's why winners play here. Plus, use your Seven Plans rewards card for even more perks and offers. It's official. Seven Plans Casinos have the area's only certified loose slots.
Hi, this is Brian Davis with Davis Liquor Outlet. And Blake Davis here with a deal on Bud Light 24-pack cans, just $24.99. And Babette Wines, 750 ml, only $9.99. Davis Liquor Outlet, each store independently owned and operated. Wichita owned, Wichita proud.
Melvin steps into a three. Did it once more. Wow. 9 threes falling for Council.
The Jayhawks play here on ESPN Wichita, 92.3 FM.
Can DP deliver the lead? He launches and hits. He did it again.
Saturday, the Jayhawks wrap up the regular season against Kansas State. Hear the tip-off live at 1 on your home for Kansas basketball. ESPN Wichita, 92.3 FM.
This will be warm. So good. Going to heat up a little bit. Eddie Grant's birthday today. It's Electric Avenue from back in the day. And Brian Green's enjoying that.
Always.
Today's a spoiler. Today's a good day for birthdays. Eddie Grant, Andy Gibb.
Oh, nice.
The twins from the Proclaimers. And Murray Head of One Night in Bangkok fame.
Oh, my God.
All their birthdays are
It's
today.
a big day today.
It is.
Yeah,
Told you.
It's a big day.
Brian Green joining us, talking Shocker baseball. Big weekend as well for Shocker sports, including the baseball team. Going to play another 4-game series, this time with West Georgia out of the A-Sun. They're coming to town. The first game of that series is tomorrow afternoon at X Stadium, 3 o'clock first pitch. And we'll let you know game times for the rest of the series here in just a little bit. But Brian, first of all, thanks for rejoining us here. Good to have you back.
Great to be back. Yeah. No, we're excited about the weekend 4 again. And then that Shocker basketball game on Saturday. So I threw a post out early. Get to Fuzzies or Social Tap. Come out, watch Shocker baseball for a little bit. Get yourself pregame, warmed up. And then get over to the Roundhouse. Let's see if we can finish this thing off. What a finish for Coach Mills and those guys. And what's cool is as a baseball coach is when you see the social media posts of our basketball team at the baseball games, at the softball games. That makes you want to go out and support them even more. And I'm so happy for Coach and the team and what a finish they've had. So we hopefully finish it off great and run into the tournament and stay hot.
And I know, a little sidebar here, I know you were pretty fond of Paul Mills. You like him a lot. He's a good man.
Respect him a lot. He's a great person, and he's a person, it's lonely being a head coach. And, it's nice to talk to other head coaches in other sports or in your same sport, but because we have different perspectives than many do. So anytime I call, Coach Mills is always he always picks up the phone, and I always appreciate that, and I hope to do the same for him.
And you're all kind of in the same boat, even though they're different sports. With the NIL, this era, you're all going through similar things.
And it turned on us all overnight. We're all in our third year, and you come in with one expectation of the job. You know what the job is, but the rules of the job are one thing, and it changes overnight, and it changes again overnight. So just trying to manage that, and it's fun to watch. I love being a spring sport when you can watch a fall sport, and you can watch basketball, or you can watch volleyball, and you can watch teams develop. You've seen our basketball team develop and create the identity that they have right now that looked much different as a fan 6 weeks ago. So get to learn from that. But we're in that same boat. It's NIL time. And really, I think it's all gone full circle, Shane, to be quite honest. And with NIL and all those things, at the end of the day, it comes down to culture, relationships with your players, and how hard your guys are going to compete and play.
You've said that basically from the get-go, but I think you and Coach Mills have that in common too. You can tell culture is a big thing with him, and that's a real thing. In order to win basketball, baseball, whatever games, you can dole out all the money you want to these guys and gals, but if they're not all bought into your culture, that ain't working, man.
Well, if we got some basketball fans listening, obviously NIL money might not mean championships, and no question, it's about culture, it's about locker room. It's about being able to handle adversity. And is your team going to stick together? Do they like each other? I'm worn out right now. I've spent the last 2 days with 19 hitters meetings, but they've been fun because we get to talk about the truth and we trust each other, respect each other. And those are the things at the end of the day, when things are going to go bad and adversity is guaranteed for all of us. At the end of the day, if we're tight in the locker room and the players and the coaches are tight together, trust each other, believe in each other, you're probably going to come out on top or at least finish on an upward trend. And our basketball team is certainly doing that. All
right, let's look back at your first 12 games. Give us a thumbnail sketch of how you think you've done some things well, things to improve on. You're 9-3. What do you think about the first 12?
I think that's probably an average with the talent that we have. I think we've probably performed where we should. I don't think we've underperformed, but I think we certainly could be 10-2 or even 11-1, but it's hard to do. We're trying to figure ourselves out. We're trying to figure out some pieces of who we're going to be. We've had a few injuries that we haven't publicized, but losing MJ, your 4-hole hitter and a left-handed presence when we're a little too right-handed has been a little challenging for us, but that's given some other guys some opportunities. But I think Shane at 9-3, that's probably where we should be. I think our pitching staff is. You look at the last game that we had against Omaha, you're like, what's coach talking about with pitching? But if you look at total body of work, our pitching staff, I think, has been the bright spot, the best part of our team this year. You look at our ratios, you look at our ERA. We got a bunch of guys in the green with 3-1, 4-1, or plus than that on strikeouts to walks. That's a complete 180 from last year's program. So pitchability is up. We've got 6 guys who have the ability to start. Happy with that. Team defense, our defense is playing better than the 963 that we've shown. There's some concentration issues that we have. We got to tighten that up. I'm the hitting coach as the head coach. I think the offense has been average. I think we're striking out too much. We've got to tighten that up if we're going to do something come 2 weeks from now against Charlotte. But we've shown we can score runs and we can score them in bunches. That's a positive. We've got a roster that can score. I think we got a chance to have a championship team, and I tell our guys that all the time, that we have a championship team in the locker room. If our discipline can improve at the plate, if we can find 1, 2, or 3 more arms that haven't necessarily thrown enough strikes yet to jump into the mix, we got a chance to be pretty good. So going into week 4, I like where we are, but I think we have a lot of clarity on what we need to do to get better this weekend to show real improvement 2 weeks from now when Charlotte comes to town and conference play opens up.
You brought up the pitching staff, and we've both been around the game long enough that sometimes those Sundays end up spiraling out of control. Even with that meltdown, the team ERA is 3.21. So that kind of speaks to your point about the improved pitching staff as a whole.
Yeah, and even if you look at that game, their scoring started in the 7th, and their scoring started with some walks. And, everybody has a role to play. And whether you're setting screens, taking charges, or throwing strikes early. But if you look at that weekend, we probably go 4-0 if Johnny and Reese give us the starts they've been giving us, where they give us 5 innings. Both guys went short starts, 3 innings. That stretches your bullpen. These four-game series are very tight and very taxing. So when you're looking at our record, the fact that we've had 3 4-game series to go 4-0, 3-1, and then 2-2 on the road, we've done a good job. 4-game series are tough, and you have to get starting pitching. If you don't, your bullpen's taxed. And if you tax the bullpen, sometimes you can see that. And that's what happened. We ran out of innings. But at the same time, you've got an Owens, you've got a Richard, you've got a Johnson, and those guys have good arms, and they're better than they're performing right now. And we're working really hard to get them back, because if we get them right, those are big velocity guys, 2 of them left-handed, who can really impact the pitching staff. And I know they're working hard to do that as well.
And this is way further down the line, but these number of games in a short amount of days mimics the conference tournament. Yeah. You're going to need a lot of arms to win that thing too.
It totally mimics it. So we're going to play this way in May. And for us too, I'm a big fan of it. I don't want to change the schedule. I like what we've done. I like the ability to be able to work midweeks, but I also like the ability you got 4 games in 72 hours. You're going to have to throw maybe more guys than you'd like to, but guys will surprise you. We don't have all the answers. And Dax Sharp came in, his velo's up. He's up to 88. He's got great change in curveball. You'll see him probably this weekend. Hosh came in. He hadn't had an opportunity to start from Japan. And I mean, he's mixing it up, throwing a bunch of strikes, and these are both left-handed arms. So it's good for us. You get more opportunity. And for us, I think you've seen every position player but one. So more questions are answered, and that's a real positive. We still got 2 more weeks before conference play starts.
You also had to deal with the shoebox strike zone this past weekend, but we won't get into that. I want to talk about some individual
real
guys.
Shoebox.
That was a professional strike zone. Let's be clear.
I was.
You
proud
had to
of
throw
our
it over
guys.
the plate.
You look at the walk numbers. Yes, you did. So we'll leave that where it is. But I was proud of our pitchers.
Yeah. Okay. Some individual guys I want to talk to you about. One guy that obviously was on his head last weekend, but I think he's a real fascinating study, and can't wait to fast forward a month and see how he's doing then. And that's Owen Washburn, a guy that had to virtually wait all last year through a hamstring that wouldn't allow him to do what he's doing now. He had 5 games, I think, 3 games and 5 at-bats or something like that. So we barely got to see him. And then in the off season, he has elbow surgery. And so now you're not only waiting all that time to make your shocker debut for the most part, but you also have some pressure because you just have to DH him. Like, he can't play a position. So maybe that I kind of had tried to talk through this with myself. Not only are you coming back, you're trying to make a great impression after you barely played last year, but you have to hit, because if you don't hit, what's the point of you DHing? How do you think Owen Washburn has handled both of those things?
I think it started in the fall with his leadership and really with him and Gustafson, really all of our returners. But Wash, he's such a steady, level head. Obviously, having a major league dad, I think, really helps and gives you some levelness in your game. But I just could not be more proud of Wash. And I'm proud of him because of how he goes about his business. But now the second part is I'm not proud of him because he's performing. I'm happy for him that he's performing. I mean, he put on 15 pounds. When the arm went down, he had nothing to do but lift the lower half and the core and anything that wasn't elbow related. And his strength right now, in fact, we just came out of the weight room yesterday, and he was telling me about his twitch numbers from our weight room. So he has gone from like middle of the pack to top with his twitch, and it's just work. But he's got a faster bat. He's got a stronger bat. He's making later decisions. I mean, he was a good hitter last year. It killed us when he went out, when him and Mo went out in 24 hours together. Yeah. That really hurt the club. He was going to hit in our 3-4 hole, but right now he has a solidified 3-4 hole. But to your point, we've had nothing to do but redshirt him, and he has just shown up like a pro. Hey, it's about having quality at bats. That's it. And he has done nothing but have quality at bats. So conference player of the week, a mainstay in the 3 or the 4. We're trying to figure that out. And when we get Sweeney back from that little ding that he's got with the knee, you're going to see a much different shocker lineup. And we're working really hard to figure out how to get Wash on the field, whether that's first base or right field with minimal throwing, so we can clear up a DH spot. You know, 'cause Wolford's out there performing really well and right. MJ's a real threat. We need to get him back, but we went 3-1 without MJ last weekend.
Talking to head coach Brian Green, they got West Georgia coming in starting tomorrow afternoon, 3:00 first pitch at the Eck. Come on out and watch the Shockers. Are 9-3. You mentioned Jaden Gustafson just a little bit. I'm wondering, I haven't asked you this even off the air, so I'm kind of curious to get your reaction. Why lead him off, and why has he been so good there?
I didn't feel like we had a true prototypical leadoff guy in terms of you're left-handed, get the toe down early, slap the 6, and go steal 20 bases. So then it just becomes who's going to get on base the most, because we did feel like going into the year that we had Jones and we had Sweeney and we had Washburn, and we really felt like we had power and we felt like we had ratio. We felt like we had quality at bats with guys who could hit doubles. And that I'm not even mentioning Coffer and Quick and Ganter and then Wolford, who was hurt at the time. But we just went into it with who is going to give us the most consistent quality at bat opportunity, and not even talking on base percentage, just who's going to lead the team in quality at bats. And I was very confident that Gus would do that.
He's got a crystal ball too, because he's walked like at least once in every game.
No question.
Yeah.
And so we've got the ratio heat sheets, and we've got the ratio Olympics. Well, right now, Jaden Gustafson is at plus 12. Which is putting his on base near 560. But, you know, when you got 14 walks, 4 HBP, there's a total of 18. And then you're on a plus 12 with your ratio. He's killing it. And that's why we're able to score runs. There's two things that are happening. Number one, he's turning the lineup over to get to Jones and Sweeney and Wash. But then we're also getting real production out of whoever we're hitting right now in the 8 and the 9. But Gus is, and he's still not the guy he can be. He's getting on base. He's getting hits. He grinded last week. He hit 290 for the weekend, but there's a whole nother gear for him. You know, I want to see him get into pro ball. He should. I think he'll be a double-digit home run guy this year. He can handle left on left. So there's really no hole there other than he's not your prototypical base stealer, but he's getting on base at a real clip. I mean, he's you know, one of the leaders in the country in getting on base percentage. So really proud of him. He's kind of turned his gear around, but he just continues to get better, and he's a local product, and that's always cool.
And he's stuck around.
He's around.
He's a
and he
lifer.
could have left.
Yep.
He could have left. Hamilton could have left. I said this at our first pitch banquet, but you know, as the coach who's now entering year 3, a guy like a Gus, a local guy, tremendous human being, great teammate, great shocker, but you know, he's had 100 career starts here. I just want to see that guy lift a trophy, and I just want to see that guy get to pro ball because he deserves it, and he's what this place needs to be about.
Shocker head baseball coach Brian Green joining us here in studio. One of the other new guys, Max Coffer, has handled the lion's share of the catching duties. So I'm wondering, from your perspective, how's he handling the staff? Obviously, he's hit and he's driving in runs and producing that way. But you also hired a catching instructor, a guy specifically for that, and Colin Wilbur. How's that working out? And more particularly, how's Coffer doing back behind the plate?
Well, Wilbur is just legit. I mean, that hire, we're so fortunate. You never know what you're going to get or what you have. And Colin Wilbur is a superstar. He handles catching. He teaches catching. He is my right-hand man with the offense in doing our 19 hitter meetings. He's right there running the video, and there's a second voice. And, you know, even yesterday's batting practice, I get to go into the batting cage and the indoor, and Wilbur's on the field with the guys. Now you got 2 coaches coaching, and they're hearing the same things. It's huge. But Wilbur defensively, our strike percentages are vastly improved from a year ago. He's keeping strikes. We're getting balls turned into strikes, and that's with some of the glove work that you see. And he works really hard with our guys. He's a tireless worker. So he's done a great job with Max. He's done a great job with Gonzo. We've got 2 other catchers injured, so that's why you haven't seen a lot of – we play one guy and you're staying in there. We're hoping that Archilla gets back here in 2 weeks. Same thing with Finn in 3 to 4 weeks. Now we can start doing some things. But Max came in here for his defense. That's been proven. The offense has been a complete we're just really happy with it. He's got a 1-run ratio. He's hitting 340. He's a smart hitter. He's hitting like a senior. That's his ticket to pro ball. That's why he's been off the field the last 2 SEC spots he's been at. And he's doing a good job with Gonzo. Gonzo comes in, catches great too. We got to get his back going as well. If so, we got 2 catchers who are going to be in there a lot.
Another returner, guy that barely hit his weight last year, but picked it up at the end and seemed to start to get it. That's Caleb Duncan. He returned and also changed positions. He's in the outfield now. Talk about his development and what it will take for him to get to the next level.
It's about being aggressive. We went through his hitting meeting. Dunk, he'll battle. He'll take HPP. He's hovering 1-to-1 with his walks and his HPP versus strikeouts. So he's getting on base. He can run. He's always going to be on the field because of his defense. If he's not hitting great, he's still going to be in the game in the 8th inning. He's a tremendous center fielder. But his key to getting to the next level and to maybe taking him from bottom to top of the order because of his base running is really his ability to be aggressive early in the count. He's a little too patient. He's very patient getting to 2 strikes. I'd like to see him swing the bat more. We did some video work in terms of looking at his aggressiveness, and he's almost got kind of a reverse plan. He's really, really tight, and then he's too big late. We need to flip that around and get – even though that sounds a little strange, I think that'll help him. His backside needs to get in. I'm talking mechanics now, but Dunk needs to hit better. He can hit better. He's strong. He had a great opening weekend. He's pressed a little bit. But Duncan is a great teammate. He's a great leader. He's on the poster, and his defense carries him. But if we get his back going, he just takes that lineup into a whole new level because now you're talking about at least 8 guys who are giving you quality at bats.
Guy that obviously took a big jump, and a lot was made of his summer, and that's Brady Hamilton. You talked about him sticking around as well. What really strikes me about him, and not just his stuff, but he does have really good stuff, is his maturity. He's a talker, seems to be a listener, and that's a good combo to have when you can sink it at 95 and you got a nice little slider too.
We need to have people join him in the dugout. When he's not pitching, he is outstanding. Dugout captain #1 and killing it. His maturity has completely 180'd. I think the experience in the Cape, anytime you go out to the Cape Cod League and you're an all-star, you're going to come back with some confidence. But yeah. I think the biggest thing with Brady is he's gotten hit a couple times this year. And I say hit meaning, a couple infield singles, or maybe he leaves an 0-2 breaking ball up with 2 strikes. They get a couple runs. And then you'll see him go 6 scoreless. And he's done that a couple times. If we can just get him a little more dialed in early in the games, because when he settles in, you better get him. And this is a normal thing with pitching, sure. Shane, the inevitable 2 in the first inning. If you don't get him in the first, he's probably ending up in the 7th scoreless. And just what a leader, and really, really into his craft. He is with Claggett. I'm adjoined with Coach Claggett in the offices, but the conversations that they're having are not about anything other than what do I need to do to be great this week to get on the mound and be better than I was last week. He's a total pro, and he's going to have a good career when he gets into pro ball.
It's interesting you say that more people should sit around him when he's not pitching. That's a sign of a professional, a guy that really cares about his craft.
He cares about his craft. He talks about the craft. It's not about the zingers in the dugout. It's about how do we pick the pitcher on the mound? Hey, what's this offense doing if you haven't pitched in the bullpen? And, here's Brady on maybe game 3 and talking to 3 or 4 bullpen guys going, hey, do you see the way this guy is really attacking fastball? You got a chance to backwards him. That's what he's doing. And I think he's one of the reasons why not only he's pitching better, but he's helping the other guys too.
So I see that the rotation for this weekend is mostly set. Looks like Matthew Cusius, then Hamilton, then Cordham, and then we'll figure it out on Sunday. But I want to talk, and maybe this is putting your feet to the fire. And so if you haven't decided yet, just say so. But you got 4 guys, at least those 4 guys, or Johnny Nuanez being the other. But you only have 3 weekend games once you get into the conference.
Yeah.
Good problem to have. But how do you feel like that's going to sort itself out? Or is that just what you're going to wait for?
No, I think it's going to sort itself out into the midweek contest as we change and we switch gears. You look at our staff right now. We're thinking about 2 weeks from now, and Johnny's got great stuff, but we've also got Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Nebraska in those midweeks, and we're 2
midweeks against Nebraska,
and two midweeks against Nebraska. So honestly, Shane, and I know the fans feel this way too, but I'm tired of us getting beat up and not going in there with a competitor on a Tuesday, and so we're trying to figure that out. Certainly a Reese who's nasty left-handed, a ball moves and slices and dices. Johnny's another one. We just feel like right now you've got Kuchis, who's 2nd in the country in ratio and opponent batting average and hits per 9 and all those things. He's doing great. And Brady. And then we've got a little bit of a choice on Reese or Johnny on Sunday based on maybe right or left with the team we're facing. And then maybe the other one of those guys goes to Tuesday and goes to be one of those Big 12 killers with real stuff.
Yeah.
The biggest reason we can do that, though, is because Ryan Morrison and Caleb Reed are two guys in the bullpen who are long relief guys who have been outstanding. And our bullpen right now looks like it's even growing a little bit more. So that's where we are. But this week, Johnny has been throwing a bunch. And we're going to wait until Sunday and see how the series is going, and maybe rest him, and maybe you see him at K-State. Maybe that's how that goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have we put to bed the Matthew Cushis as a reliever theory?
I think he put it to bed for us. He said, "Yeah, Green Claggett, you guys, whatever. I'm starting, and that's enough of you."
That's part of baseball.
Yes,
those guys making up your minds for you.
Yes, it is. I mean, if they're doing things right, you're showing up on time, you look the part right, you act right. When you're throwing 3 pitches for strikes, coach, you can have your opinion or maybe even dislike somebody, but 3 pitches for strikes wins a lot, especially when you're up to 94.
No doubt. You talked about pitchability a little bit ago, and I'm glad you brought it up, if for no other reason that is still a word in baseball, because it used to be way back when, but it still is a thing, and I think it will always be a thing. And it's hard to define, but you know it when you see it, and you know when a guy knows what to do to get guys out. It seems like you have a lot more guys on the staff that have that pitchability this year.
We have a lot more. I think it starts with 2 things. Number one, in recruiting, obviously we were really trying to hammer out starters, anybody who could do that. And we're so fortunate, Shane, these days with, you pull up the computer, you go to True Media, you pull out a guy's bio, and you can see every pitch, every velo, every spin rate, watch it on video in a matter of 3 minutes. That really helps in recruiting. But then you need experience. But when we recruited a bunch of starters, but I think the biggest thing is that's the recruiting piece. But the biggest thing is we've got a lot of maturity on the mound. I will tell you that our pitching staff is much more mature than our hitting is, and I'm the hitting coach. Mm-hmm. We got a bunch of goofballs that are hitters,
which isn't entirely a bad thing. But
no, it's a good thing. But I'll tell you, we've got more cerebral type guys on the mound, and they really connect with Clags. They're old, but again, Amar and Ryan. Caleb Reed, all of our starters, Kuchis, Brady. Johnny's the one surf cat out of California, but he's just all go, all compete. Reese Gordon is very cerebral. His feet are offline a week ago on a pick. He shows up yesterday. He does 4 picks in a row. His feet are dead on line because he spent 4 days working on it. Those are the things that say we've got a chance to be successful. But pitchability, when we talked in the fall with our hitters and our pitchers, what is our identity? And what is it right now? Not what we want it to be. What is it right now? What's our personnel? Our personnel was we have a bunch of mixers. Well, let's be really great at that. Let's be great in mixing, which means you got to have 3 for strikes. And the guys I think our pitching's done a better job than our hitters. I'm really proud of that. So our hitting is a body of work right now, but we're working hard to get that thing better.
So 12 games certainly does not a season make, but you look back to last year, and as painful as it was, the offensive results were not what you wanted them to be, certainly in the power category or the speed category. Now, you're probably not going to lead the country in stolen bases, but you're almost halfway to your stolen base total from a year ago. Well, I got to bring it. I got to be real here, and I want to get your take on it. You're almost a third of the way to your home run total, and you're almost halfway to your stolen base total. That certainly is an indictment on last year's power, because 15-year home runs were from one guy, but now it seems like you're more physical, stronger all the way up and down. And obviously your goal as a skipper is to have the longest lineup as you possibly can. And it's quite a bit deeper already this year.
Yeah, it's a lot deeper. It's a lot better left and right. But I think more importantly, Shane, we're definitely stronger. We just balance wise, it's a recruiting part. You've got to be able to slot speed, and you've got to be able to slot power, and you've got to be able to slot hit ability. And you hope that when you recruit that you've got different ways to win baseball games. And Marty and Colin and Anthony did a job of that. And I was the sit at home and do the visits all day, but we've got speed. Do we have lightning speed? No, but if we really wanted to put a lineup out there, that was 5 or 6 guys that were going to bunt, hit and run, and steal, we could do that. I'm always going to lean towards the home run. I think one of the things with the maturity and the strength that you see with our club that maybe you didn't see a year ago is if the wind is blowing out to right field, our right-handed hitters are going to try to drive the ball to right center. I think you see some stubbornness on clubs where your culture is not where it needs to be. Wind's jetting out to right field, and your right-hand hitters are trying to jerk one on the left field line. It just doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a maturity piece that this team has. And I think that's why you're seeing more power. And I thought we got off of that pedal last weekend, and we need to get back on that because we do have the skills. We've trained. If it's blowing out one way, we aim that way. We box adjust and we work. But we also have the skills if it's jetting in like it does at Eck to be a good pitchability team defense team and bunt, steal a base, hit and run, and execute. And I think that's where you see Coach Lee's value as well. He kind of handles that, and he's made us a lot better.
West Georgia comes in this weekend, starting tomorrow. First pitch at 3:00. Weather should clear up. Don't worry, folks. Even though you have seen the forecast, we're bound and determined to get those in this weekend. Right?
Yeah, it looks like around noon we start kind of the percentages go way down with the rain, and then Saturday, Sunday is great. So, Shocker fans, you rest up on Friday because Saturday you need to. Your liver is going to take a beating,
and your voice,
yep. If you're doing it right. And then you know what? Get back up on Sunday, rally, come out and see the Shocks again, and hopefully we can take into week 4, continue to have more success and improve.
Sounds like a plan. Before we get to our next break, we need to give away $30 in Kansas Lottery X Games scratch tickets. So call Jack right now, 316-669-4996, $30 in lotto tickets. Good luck. BG, thanks again for coming by as always.
Appreciate you in the support, and love ESPN Radio, Shane Dennis show. But no, thanks, man. We appreciate it. Shocker fans, come out and see us. We got a good club.
Right on. Twitter questions coming up next.
You're listening to the Shane Dennis Show on ESPN Wichita, 92.3 FM.
Saying hello to everyone enjoying a great day at one of the Kansas Pace Centers. Whether your loved one is staying active with social activities, catching up with friends, receiving therapies, or getting medical support, Kansas Pace provides expert care in a warm, welcoming place they'll love. And while they're supported, you get peace of mind and time to handle your own responsibilities. Kansas Pace truly is a partner for families caring for aging parents. Learn more at kansaspace.org.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs. You just bought a home in the suburbs, but no one told you about all the birds, specifically this one, who seems to be calling out Roy. Roy. But who exactly is Roy? And why doesn't he ever respond? Maybe Roy is just bird speak for save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto. I guess until Roy answers, we'll never know. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided in service by affiliates and third-party insurers.
The future will be amazing, and that's all well and good. But what about today? You can feel the rush of a 400-horsepower Nissan Z, or climb to new heights in the all-terrain Nissan Frontier. Light up the road in the all-electric Nissan Ariya that feels like a sci-fi dream come true. The future will be great, but today is made for thrill. All you have to do is get in a Nissan and drive. 2023 Ariya and Z not yet available for purchase. Expected availability is this spring for 2023 Z and this fall for 2023 Ariya.
What do people with blindness or low vision need to live to the fullest? Just ask them. It's skill development, scientific breakthroughs, knowledge-based jobs, and the same opportunities as everyone else. When you give to Envision, whether it be your time, donations, or your engagement, you make it all possible. That's because at Envision, they don't focus on the disability. They value the ability. They choose not to envision a world without sight, but to envision a world where people who are blind or visually impaired are empowered to reach their full potential. Learn more at envisionus.com.
Get ready to march into millions at Gillies. This month, Play Rewards members have the chance to win big, and we mean big. Every Saturday in March, 20 lucky Play Rewards members will be selected for a shot at $1 million. That's $4 million up for grabs in March. Beginning Sunday, March 1st, earn entries for the first drawing on Saturday, March 7th. Be sure to activate your entries each Saturday to qualify. And here's a bonus. Earn 2 times entries every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Don't miss your chance to march into millions at Gillies. Visit playgillies.com for details.
Nothing beats March Madness. The pure sound of a swish, the rattle of a slam dunk, the fans on their feet for the big moments. And the action just keeps getting better until a national champion is crowned. Hear all the action with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA men's and women's tournaments right here.
The road to the Final Four starts here on ESPN Wichita, 92.3 FM.
Andy Gibbs, born day. Congratulations to Corey, who wins the lottery tickets. By the way, we had a success story not too long ago. A gentleman that won tickets from, I think, a week ago, turned that into triple figures, turned our $30 into triple figures. So it pays to listen to us, literally. And Corey, good luck to you. Hopefully you get rich too. We need to let you know that the Kansas Lottery you have an opportunity to do that online with Play On. You can play games, purchase Powerball and Mega Millions, and enter drawings and promotions all from your phone or device. So you can play at Kansas Lottery online. You can enter X Games Family of Scratch tickets into Play On for a chance to win up to $20,000 in second chance drawings. So even if you don't win, if you get these free tickets from us with Play On, you got a chance to win 20 grand X Games bonus second chance drawings. So don't give up if you don't win the original scratchers like Corey just did today. All right, coming up here in just a little bit, we'll talk some American basketball, tell you who is where in the standings and who can improve and how much, and what are the chances that this particular team finishes in this place, and then how many games are they going to have to win if they want to go dancing. So we'll give you all those scenarios coming up about 5 minutes from now. And then Jamie Bluma come your way at 125. He's somewhere down in the deep south. We'll check in on him in just a second. He's with his better half. She's about to do something really wild and crazy. We'll tell you about that coming up in a little bit. Brought to you by American Shaman Botanicals, Wichita, and Derby. The Twitter question, though, remembering Lou Holtz, the late, great Lou Holtz, who checked out yesterday. What do you remember most when you think of Lou Holtz? At ESPN Wichita is the Twitter handle, so vote, repost what you remember most when you think Lou Holtz. Rebranded South Carolina. At ESPN arguing with Mark May. Notre Dame greatness, or Arkansas and Minnesota fame. Obviously, the vast majority of you have voted for Notre Dame greatness, 64.3%. I'm interested to get your perception of Lou Holtz and your perspective too, Jack, because you're younger. What do you think of when you think of Lou Holtz? Like, was he still coaching when you were an impressionable young lad watching football?
I don't think I was even close to his final year of coaching. Now that I think about it, I mean, his final year would have been when? Somewhere in the early-ish 90s, right? Maybe mid-90s?
No, I feel like it's later than that. I'll look it up to be completely sure. But he was at South Carolina at the end, and that was in the – I can't remember if it was before or after Steve Spurrier, but it was in that general time frame when he was – at South Carolina.
If it was anything pre-2002, I think I would have missed every.
Okay.
I would have not been able to. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you that the only thing I remember him from was debating Mark May and being an analyst and talking about games at halftime and post game. Okay. So, unfortunately, no, I couldn't even give you a single memory from his coaching days.
Okay. So you had to lean on the 30 for 30, the Catholics versus convicts and things like that. Okay. Well, that's what I think of when I think of Lou Holtz. Although I'm trying to think in my mind's eye if I was actually old enough or I'm misremembering when he was at Arkansas.
It was 2004, actually, was his last year.
04?
So I could have, I would have been 5, but he coached from 99 to 04 at South Carolina. I really don't have that many great memories or any memories at all.
And it wasn't like South Carolina was on TV a lot back then either. But he did a really good job of resurrecting that program, breathing some life into it, and could really coach. He was kind of to borrow a Jack Johnson term, kind of a goober, especially in his post-coaching career when he was on set at ESPN. He was kind of hot takey. He talked funny, kind of a mush mouth a little bit with the delivery and stuff, but he was unquestioned as a coach. And Really had no peer until Brian Kelly came along when it came to Notre Dame football, after him anyway. But before, during, and after, he was everything Notre Dame football. RIP, Lou Holtz, checked out yesterday at, I believe, the age of 89. All right, when we return, we'll talk a little basketball. We've talked a lot about the Big 12 this week. What about the American? Who did what last night? What is still in front of them? And what's the best Wichita State can do? We'll tell you all about that when hour number 2 commences next.
Wichita's sports leader. ESPN Wichita 92.3 FM. KKGQ Newton. ESPN Wichita 92.3 FM.
Off the window, counted in a foul.
ESPN Wichita is bringing you a full week of college basketball action leading up to March Madness. We'll have exclusive live play-by-play of the Big 12 tournament in Kansas City, plus the ACC and Big 10 tournament championship games. And it all leads to our Selection Sunday special, right here on your home for college basketball. ESPN Wichita 92.3 FM.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. On that heavy shelf you hung yesterday. Turns out you didn't use enough anchors. Wait, you didn't use any anchors? Now you've got an open floor plan. Trendy. And if you have the wrong home insurance, you could need a wall of money to fix this. So get home insurance with Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember, Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance. We personalized this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Today on Hey Culligan's Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
NBA Saturday Prime Time on ESPN Radio. The fight for a spot in the postseason is heating up.
Luka Doncic from half court.
Luka, LeBron, and the LA Lakers are in San Francisco for a showdown with the Golden State Warriors.
Out to Horford for three.
The Lakers at the Warriors. Coverage begins Saturday at 8 Eastern with tip-off at 8:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC. Presented by Indeed.
Wichita's home for the NBA. ESPN Wichita 92.3 FM.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah,
now that dude's not disguising his accent. How do you explain that, Jack? He just didn't care.
Doesn't care enough.
Clearly doesn't care. Those are the Proclaimers, and that was either Craig or Charlie Reed. They are twins. They are brothers. They are both celebrating a birthday today. It's 1:05, hour 2. How about a little basketball talk, shall we? Let's check in on the American. Who's doing what? Who's got how many games left? And how in the world did North Texas already finish up its season? More on that in a moment. But there were a couple of games last night, and virtually all of them have some implications when it comes to seeding in the American Conference tournament. And why that is so important is depending on where you finish, you will get a bye or more into the later rounds of the American tournament. There has been one spot already wrapped up, and that's first. Well, there's been actually three. First, 12th, and 13th. Rice is not going to make it. Texas, UTSA, not going to make it. And East Carolina has a chance, but it's really, really small. The top 10 teams in this order, as it stands right now, figures to stay static when it comes to the teams. Now, where they finish is anything but. But South Florida has wrapped up the top seed. They are number one. That is undeniable. They will play Saturday in the semis, period. Everybody else, it's up for at least a little bit of competition of who finishes where. Wichita State only has one more game. Tulsa has two more. Let's first go to last night. There were, like I said a little bit ago, there were a couple of games in the American last night. And let us check in on that. Stand by. Last night, North Texas beat Rice to finish at 9-9. They're done. They've played all their league games. They're 9-9. Rice fell to 6-11, and that pretty much sealed their fate. They will not go to the tournament. They're a lame duck in their final game of the regular season this weekend. UAB beat Charlotte last night in Charlotte, 80-74. So UAB is now 10-7. Charlotte is 9-8. You Shocker fans, neither one of those games really affect you or Wichita State at all. So you aren't probably rooting necessarily for anybody in those particular games because it doesn't really matter. So here's the deal. Here are the teams that are going to be in the tournament, barring a miracle collapse by either Memphis or Temple that would allow East Carolina to get in the tournament. South Florida, Wichita State, Tulsa, UAB, FAU, Charlotte, North Texas, Tulane, Memphis, and Temple. In that order, that's the way things stand right now. Temple, Memphis, Tulane, and Tulsa, and South Florida, actually, all have 2 games remaining. Wichita State, UAB, FAU, Charlotte, and then 2 of the teams that aren't going to make it have 1 game left. So the final game of the regular season for both Wichita State and FAU will happen Saturday afternoon at the Roundhouse at 3:00. So those 2 teams will play one another. Now, here's the nitty-gritty. Wichita State's chances to finish second. And this is according to playoffstatus.com, if you're curious. It's a really pretty comprehensive website. Kind of handy. You might want to swing by there if you're a basketball junkie. But Wichita State has a 76% chance to finish in second place, a 24% chance to finish in third. It's either second or third for the Shockers, period. Now, second, obviously, is a day closer to the championship game and a day closer to the NCAA tournament, frankly. But Wichita State has 1 game left against FAU. They take care of business, they get second place. If they don't, then Tulsa would have to help them a little bit and lose in order for Wichita State, in essence, to back into the number 2 spot. But they have a 76% chance to finish second. Bottom line, if they win, they're in. They finish second, and they get the triple bye to the semis across from South Florida, who will be on the other side of the bracket. The triple bye into the semis means you have to win 2 in the conference tournament to get to the NCAA tournament. Others around those guys, now, of course, Tulsa, as you know, I'm sure, 24% chance to finish second, 73% chance to finish third. If they lose out, it's a possibility that Tulsa finishes fourth. UAB is almost locked into number 4. There's an outside, it would be a miracle if they finished third. They would need a lot of help in addition to winning their final game. The rest of those guys are kind of a jumbled mess. FAU, Charlotte, North Texas, Tulane, all those guys could finish anywhere from 5th to 8th and beyond that. Now, Tulane, Memphis, and Temple, the 3 teams down at the bottom, 8-8, 7-9, 7-9. Those guys' lot in life could change too, because all 3 of those teams have 2 games left. So tonight, Tulane and Temple square off. That's a pretty big game. That's 8-8 versus 7-9. So Temple wins that. They could do a little leapfrogging. Tulsa is at East Carolina. That could improve Wichita State fans' moods even before we get to Saturday. East Carolina's a home dog, but as you know, Jordan Riley can really score. Now, so can Tulsa. But Tulsa plays tonight. If you're into that, ESPNU, 6 o'clock, Tulsa at ECU. Every Shocker fan, get out your Tulsa voodoo dolls. ECU on the brink of not making it, so they have to win and get some help. And then they got one more game after that. So they'll have plenty to play for, put it that way. South Florida plays Memphis. I don't know if that will, well, it could put Memphis out of its misery. Actually, there's a 9% chance that Memphis does not make it if they lose out and some things happen around them. But South Florida at Memphis, 8 o'clock, ESPN2. USF is a 6.5-point road fave over Memphis. Memphis coming into that one at 7-9. They are most likely, according to the numbers, to finish 9th, which is where they are right now. There's a 50% chance they're the 9 seed. And the other game in the American tonight, that's it. There are 3 games in the American tonight. And then Wichita State and FAU, the only game on Saturday. And then on Sunday, there are 5 games in the American. So a lot of things could still happen. And most importantly, on Sunday, it's Temple at Tulsa for you Shocker fans. So that's the one I'm sure you'll be honed in on. Memphis Tulane is kind of a fascinating game on Sunday afternoon as well. But before we get there, those games tonight, chiefly among them, Tulsa, ECU, that would certainly help Wichita State if ECU could spring the upset. The bracket itself, who plays who and when, Wednesday is day 1 of the tournament. 7, 8, 9, 10 duke it out on Wednesday. If the standings stayed exactly the same, which they're not going to, but humor me, huh? Tulane would play Memphis on the opening day, and Temple would play North Texas on Wednesday down in Birmingham. It's in Birmingham this year. And then the Tulane-Memphis winner would play the 5 seed, which at the moment is Florida Atlantic. At the moment, the 6 seed, which would get a bye to Thursday, so round 2, basically, right now is Charlotte, and they have one more game left. So that's as far as I'll take it. I don't want to thoroughly confuse you, but here's what we do know. Rice and UTSA can't make it. East Carolina needs a miracle. They're not mathematically eliminated, but they need to win out. They need Temple and Memphis to lose out, and they could sneak in that way. But again, they'll need a miracle. Temple, Memphis, Tulane, North Texas, Charlotte, and Florida Atlantic still very volatile as far as where they might end up in the conference tournament. But it will be cut and dried if Tulsa loses tonight to ECU when it comes to Wichita State and where and when they play. If they win, they're in. That's how they take care of themselves. If Tulsa loses, then all the better. But if that happens, it would be Saturday, the semis. And the team they're most likely to play would be Tulsa. And I mentioned this a little bit earlier, that if Tulsa finishes as the 3 seed, they would play Friday against the survivor the first 2 days down at the bottom of the bracket, and Wichita State would await. So if by some minor miracle Tulsa finishes 4th, where there's only a 3% chance of that, they would be on the other side of the bracket. Shockers would avoid them altogether. Maybe you care, maybe you don't, but I've been on record as saying I think I could do without Tulsa being in the Shocker bracket. It's long odds, but UAB is the only team that has a chance to finish 3rd besides Tulsa and Wichita State. Tulsa would need a lot of chaos around them. They would have to win, have Tulsa lose twice, and there's only a 3% chance of that. But it's possible. And if UAB's the 3, UAB would be the team that Wichita State would play, assuming UAB beats the team that they're playing. So there's your scenario right there. Wichita State has appointment television, you Shocker fans, and that would be tonight on ESPNU, 6 o'clock, Tulsa at ECU. Beyond that, we told you 5 games on Sunday, but by then Wichita State season would be over, or the regular season be over, and I would just be watching everybody else duke it out. So some of the other things going on right now in college basketball, as far as conference tournaments go, there are a handful coming up here in a couple hours. Drake and Southern Illinois on ESPN Plus. Got the Missouri Valley Conference tournament going right now. We got the Sun Belt, that crazy ass bracket. I don't know if you've seen that online. A couple of texters have, and we're kind of having fun going back and forth, talking about the Sun Belt's tournament bracket. It's kind of like the American, only more teams in it, and the double and triple buys in that league as well. But James Madison and Southern Miss playing basketball this afternoon at 5 o'clock. So if you want to watch a little Sun Belt championship, the 3rd round in that tournament, the MAAC first round starting tonight at 5 o'clock. The Summit, Oral Roberts, North Dakota State, they're playing tonight at 6 o'clock. The Patriot League quarterfinal is tonight. Holy Cross and Lehigh, and also Loyola, Maryland, and Colgate played at the campus sites. And also American plays Boston U. They're doing battle. So is Bucknell and Navy. 4 Patriot League games, all starting at the same time. OVC going on. MVC nightcap at St. Louis, or one of them anyway. Indiana State's playing Valpo. And then, of course, the 3 games in the American going on tonight before we actually get to the tournament then. So there you go. There's a little basketball talk, Wichita State style, letting you know what could happen in the American with those games starting tonight. When we return, we will jump back on the hotline and head down south somewhere in the state of Alabama, perhaps Mississippi. We'll have to check in and ask him exactly where he is, even though he's allowed us to track his progress on his way to Florida. That's Jamie Bluma. He's brought to you by American Shaman Wichita, American Shaman Derby. Check out Jeff and the gang at either location, showing you life is better with the feather at CBD American Shaman Botanicals, Wichita and Derby. Jamie Bluma, a little baseball talk and a little water talk too. His better half is doing something amazing. We'll tell you what next.
You're listening to The Shane Dennis Show on ESPN Wichita.
Get ready to march into millions at Gillies. This month, Play Rewards members have the chance to win big, and we mean big. Every Saturday in March, 20 lucky Play Rewards members will be selected for a shot at $1 million. That's $4 million up for grabs in March. Beginning Sunday, March 1st, earn entries for the first drawing on Saturday, March 7th. Be sure to activate your entries each Saturday to qualify. And here's a bonus. Earn 2 times entries every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Don't miss your chance to march into millions at Gillies. Visit playgillies.com for details.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs. You just bought a home in the suburbs, but no one told you about all the birds, specifically this one, who seems to be calling out Roy. Roy. But who exactly is Roy? And why doesn't he ever respond? Maybe Roy is just bird speak for Save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto. I guess until Roy answers, we'll never know. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers.
The future will be amazing, and that's all well and good. But what about today? You can feel the rush of a 400-horsepower Nissan Z, or climb to new heights in the all-terrain Nissan Frontier. Light up the road in the all-electric Nissan Ariya that feels like a sci-fi dream come true. The future will be great, but today is made for thrill. All you have to do is get in a Nissan and drive. 2023 Ariya and Z not yet available for purchase. Expected availability is this spring for 2023 Z and this fall for 2023 Ariya.
What do people with blindness or low vision need to live to the fullest? Just ask them. It's skill development, scientific breakthroughs, knowledge-based jobs, and the same opportunities as everyone else. When you give to Envision, whether it be your time, donations, or your engagement, you make it all possible. That's because at Envision, they don't focus on the disability. They value the ability. They choose not to envision a world without sight, but to envision a world where people who are blind or visually impaired are empowered to reach their full potential. Learn more at envisionus.com.
Are you ready for truck stuff to put bigger tires on your ride? You may also need to consider a gear swap. This can help you maintain acceleration and speed, reduce engine strain, improve towing capacity, and prevent premature wear and tear. Truck Stuff is the only shop in the entire state that has Yukon Gear Master Certified Technician. So to maintain your vehicle's performance, efficiency, and longevity, come see us today at Truck Stuff at the corner of Central and Washington.
Check us out, Truck Stuff.
Nothing beats March Madness. The pure sound of a swish, the rattle of a slam dunk, the fans on their feet for the big moments. And the action just keeps getting better until a national champion is crowned. Hear all the action with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA men's and women's tournaments right here.
The road to the Final Four starts here on ESPN Wichita 92.3 FM.
.124 here on a Thursday. Thursdays mean Jamie Bluma, brought to you by American Shaman Botanicals in Wichita and in Derby. We'll get to some baseball talk here in a second. But, Jamie, you're on the road right now. Hopefully we're coming in loud and clear. Where are you?
We are on, actually, it started in Florence, Alabama, and we are currently on Interstate 10 past Tallahassee before Gainesville. So we will, here in about 35 miles, we will hit Interstate 75 and head straight south into Tampa. So we've got, according to my Google Maps, 3 hours and 22 minutes left till we hit my brother's house in Tampa.
So you've achieved the state of Florida. Congratulations. Good job, man.
Oh, yeah. We're good. Yeah, I was clear. I didn't know some of the parts of Alabama could have been sketchy, but we left at 5 o'clock in the morning and hope to get there by 6 Florida time. So we're in good shape right now. Looking forward to it.
Okay, so remind everybody what Emily's doing, and you're going down there for very little more than moral support, and go get them. But what is it that your wife does so well, and what is so challenging about this particular undertaking?
She's actually sitting right here. We are in a Mercedes Sprinter van owned by her partner Trey Reeves with a tandem kayak on top. She is doing a adventure race, for lack of a better term, from basically Tampa Bay, start actually Port DeSoto more specifically, all the way to Key Largo. So along the west coast, Gulf Coast of Florida, either in the ocean or in the intercoastal waterways, anywhere between 280 and 300 miles, depending on the different routes that they've got to take, depending on weather. And obviously the last part of that is through the Everglades, the Everglades Challenge. So alligators, crocodiles, snakes, manatees, which aren't going to attack you or anything like that, but if you startle one when you paddle over it, they will rise up like a submarine and accidentally dump you out of your boat, plus mosquitoes and sun and wind and all the things. So the waivers that they had to sign for the race was interesting. And this one for me is completely different than the one I've talked about a lot in the past, the MR340 from Kansas City to St. Louis, because I don't technically get to do anything on this race. I am there for moral support. I will be following along and sleeping in the sprinter van, so I'll be a Florida hobo with some fishing poles and a speaker and a bunch of cigars, and I'll be following them along the route and moral support. And even they could literally order a pizza from Uber Eats, and it could be delivered to where they're at, but I cannot bring them anything. So only their partner or other people that are actually physically in the race can help them do anything.
Interesting. So now, as soon as this is over with, Emily will officially have had races in Alaska, Florida, and almost everywhere in between. Is that about right?
She hasn't done the Alabama 650. Her partner has done that race a couple times and won it. We will be back down here in May. She's going to do another one called the Sewanee. So that'll be part of Georgia into Florida. So please do not put any more ideas in her head, Shane.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. And by the way, I don't think it's going to matter much anyway, whether I put an idea into her head or whoever it is. So I'm not going to take the blame. I don't care about that. World Baseball Classic got going last night. Did it start too late for you to catch any of Australia and Chinese Taipei?
I did catch a little bit of it. We tried to get that relatively early last night because we were getting up at 4:30 and leaving at 5. But I caught a couple of the first couple innings, and then when I woke up, I had to check the box score to see that number one prospect Bazan from Oregon State went deep, and they threw a shutout. Shutouts aren't easy to come by in this tournament because pitching can just be interesting. I don't know how many people are been gearing up for this and are completely ready from a pitching standpoint. I know spring training guys have had to ramp it up, guys that are actually in organizations, but for some of these guys that are firemen or whatever they do in their normal jobs in real life that are in the tournament, to see a shutout is something else. But excited to get it going. Just excited to look at all the different rosters and all the different players from all over. It's been fun because Team Italy not only has obviously a couple Royals guys, but my former catcher Sal Fasano is on their coaching staff. I know a couple of the other guys on that coaching staff from doing stuff in Italy over the years with camps and clinics. Same with the Netherlands and some of the other guys. So just man, for baseball fans and geeks like you and Jack and I, this is great. I'm ready for it. It
is. And speaking of the firemen, Czechia, I think, is a country you're referring to of guys that have real jobs but are representing their country in the World Baseball Classic again. They got beat by Korea today, 11-4, and they play Australia later on tonight at 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, if you're into that. So day 2 of the World Baseball Classic is going on a little bit later on tonight. And then Friday, pretty much from 4 a.m. all the way into the wee hours of the night, you can watch the World Baseball Classic starting with Japan and Chinese Taipei at 4 o'clock in the morning over there in the Tokyo Dome. I want to get your reaction to the news I broke a little bit earlier and introducing who Bridget Howard is. She's going to be part of the Royals broadcast team. She'll make history as the first female to do that. And also her father, which I just figured this out yesterday, like I said earlier in hour number 1, David, played with the Royals in the 1990s, and his career overlapped with yours. Tell us a little bit about David Howard.
Correct. Yeah, he was one of my teammates when I was with the Royals, 96 and 97. I actually still keep in touch with him. I just reached out to him. We were going to pass right by his house in his kayak race. He lives in Sarasota, Florida, so hopefully I'll get a chance to see him at some point while we're down there. But yeah, I met I've known David since back then, so I've known her since she was born, and her brother Drew. Drew played a little bit of college baseball at junior college and a little bit like that. So to see all the things, and I knew she had been in doing some broadcasts. She'd done some stuff with K-State in the past. I kind of followed a little bit of her career, but it kind of had lost a little bit of track for her. And then I saw it a few days ago too, and couldn't be happier for her that she, obviously grew up a Royals fan because what her dad did. And I reached out to David and I congratulated him on what she's got going on. That'll be a welcome addition. It'll be good to see her in Kansas City, and just makes me feel old that man, knowing her since birth, and now she's 27 years old and just had a great career to this point, and really awesome for her to be able to get this gig, especially for the fact that this gig has never existed until she got this position. So that's even better.
Well, you guys, safe travels. I'll let you guys go and concentrate on road. Get down there safely. Emily, good luck to you, and be safe coming back. Good to talk to both of you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. There goes Jamie Bluma, brought to you by American Shaman Botanicals in both Derby and Wichita. Life is better with the feather. Coming up tomorrow, we will have normal Friday fare. We'll have our story of the week. Efforting at the moment, maybe one guest to talk a little NFL free agency. That's TBA. So you might have to just tune in tomorrow and find out. We will definitely look ahead to KU State and Wichita State FAU. Both those teams playing on Saturday. So we'll probably lead the show with that. We'll have story of the week. We'll have the injury report and all that good stuff on a Friday. And again, maybe a guest, maybe not. I'll be out at the X Stadium doing the show from out there, and maybe a little Wichita State, West Georgia talk too. They play tomorrow afternoon at 3:00, trying to dodge raindrops here in Wichita and trying to get that series going against West Georgia. Game 1 is tomorrow at 3. Then they're going to play a doubleheader Saturday at 1 out at Eck, and then the final game of the series at noon on Sunday. The KU State coverage here on the channel starts Saturday at 11. As I'm sure you Shocker fans know by now, Shocker men and FAU doing battle at 3:00. Wichita State's women are at Memphis finishing out their regular season. That goes down on Saturday as well. And then the final game of that baseball series is at noon on Sunday. So we got all kinds of Shocker sports to get you ready for tomorrow as well. So I'll be out at X Stadium doing the show from out there. So your listening patterns don't have to change. Don't worry about that. Now they will have to change a little bit, and you're going to have to be versatile and roll with us over the next couple of weeks, because March Madness will start here in a couple of weeks, as we all know. The Big 12 tournament starts next week, along with the American, but the Big 12, for our purposes, depending on when and where KU plays, you have to be a little bit flexible on game times, because it's no longer mapped out. As you know, once you get into the conference tournament, your first game, you know exactly when you're playing, but not exactly after that. So we will monitor that. We'll also tell you come Monday when you can expect KU coverage to start in that particular week. And you may or may not hear my voice or Pat's, depending on when what seed that they get on a particular day next week, as we'll give way to college basketball. The week after that, we will be out at Gillies Park City for a couple of days to get you ready for March Madness and get you ready for the games that you can hear right here on ESPN Wichita 92.3. That's right. You can hear the March Madness games right here, your home of March Madness, and it'll crank up on Thursday the 19th, and we'll be out at Gillies at a special start time. We'll clue you in a little more once we get a little bit closer to time, but we'll be out at Gillies here in a couple of weeks celebrating March Madness. And then I'll be out at Booth Creek Wagyu the week after that. And we're going to have a movie night out at Boulevard Theaters later on this month as well. Pat will be on location here in a couple of weeks. So like I said at the beginning of the show, when the weather gets a little warmer, we're going to be out and about a little bit more, and that'll start coming up here in a little more than a week's time. So that's what we got to look forward to in the near future. Coming up next, I'm old, Jack Young's 136.
The Shane Dennis Show will be right back on ESPN Wichita, 92.3 FM.
Get ready for an exciting week of wrestling, Wichita. For the 7th year in a row, Visit Wichita will host the NAIA Men's Wrestling National Championships. This year's action will take place March 5th through March 7th at Heartland Credit Union Arena. And for the 2nd year in a row, Visit Wichita will host the NAIA Women's Wrestling National Championships, March 13th and 14th, also at Heartland Credit Union Arena. Be there to cheer on these amazing wrestlers. Get your tickets today through HeartlandCreditUnionArena.com.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember, Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance. We personalized this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Just happy to be here.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Today on Hey Culligan's Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener, here's Kevin.
Hey, Culligan, get a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
What do people with blindness or low vision need to live to the fullest? Just ask them. It's skill development, scientific breakthroughs, knowledge-based jobs, and the same opportunities as everyone else. When you give to Envision, whether it be your time, donations, or your engagement, you make it all possible. That's because at Envision, they don't focus on the disability. They value the ability. They choose not to envision a world without sight, but to envision a world where people who are blind or visually impaired are empowered to reach their full potential. Learn more at envisionus.com.
Melvin steps into a three. Did it once more. Wow. 9 threes falling for Council.
The Jayhawks play here on ESPN Wichita, 92.3 FM.
Can DP deliver the lead? He launches and hits. He did it again.
Saturday, the Jayhawks wrap up the regular season against Kansas State. Hear the tip-off live at 1 on your home for Kansas basketball. ESPN Wichita, 92.3 FM.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart, and I have a question for you. You know that unwelcome guest everyone wishes would just leave already? That's COVID-19. That's why I got an updated booster designed to help protect against recent Omicron variants. Got it? Check eligibility and schedule your updated COVID booster at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Everybody down in Houston calls from Texas. Everybody way up north calls him cornbread. You should have heard the way that his mama calls him baby. Daddy calls him boy. His friends call him crazy. Should've just called it like
I'm old, Jack Young. 140. here on Thursday. If you like the Pulse with Jack Johnson, today's your lucky day. 10 for Pat today. I've not heard this song, Jack.
Then I don't give you any shot at knowing who it is.
Oh, you don't? One of those, huh?
I will say that she was pretty big for a few years, I would say, in like the mid to late 2000s in country, obviously.
Yeah, you're kind of scaring me to death then if you gave me that
Not a
kind of hint.
huge household name.
Uh-huh. Well,
But I had a couple of good hits.
all right, give me our initials then.
JK.
Yes. JK. Julie something?
No, it's a unique name.
Ah. Uncle. I submit. What is it?
Jana Kramer. Do you remember that name?
I don't.
Okay.
And I'm, as you know, kind of plugged in country, but not this one.
Yeah, she was, I would say, semi-famous around that time period. This song's called Whiskey.
Was she on any TV shows, reality shows?
One Tree Hill.
Okay. What? Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Why? One Tree Hill.
She was a character. Yeah, she was a character in the later seasons.
Oh, I thought I was talking about The Voice or America's Got Talent or something like that.
Oh, sorry. She was on. She actually had a semi-acting career too.
That's a fun fact, though. All right,
Mm-hmm.
that counts. I'm curious, and if it's none of my business, just say so. Does your better half watch baseball with you, or I'll be upstairs? Let me know when you're done watching the game.
No, she'll watch. She's told me that her favorite sport to watch is baseball, and I would say that she is a sports fan, but I think she likes the energy around baseball more, where you can go and it's not this crazy screaming, throwing stuff,
right?
Rowdy. That she loves watching football too, and her family was very big into football, being from Texas. But she's always said that baseball is her favorite to go to and just casually watch on TV, because she likes to have a game on like in the background,
right,
and not be like, I got to sit down for 2 hours and be invested into every little thing that's happening.
Yeah, baseball's a good sport for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just checking. I wondered about that last night. All right.
Can you imagine if I said that's too personal? You can't.
None of your damn business.
None of your damn business.
That's why.
Get on with it.
That's why. That's why I prefaced it that way. If you didn't want me to know. Just
I'm a private guy, but I'm not that much of a you know what.
I just want to know your viewing habits and how your better half reacts to it. That's all. Yeah.
Now she'd prefer reality TV for sure.
I wondered about that too.
Plenty of times that I'm watching a basketball game. It's like what you said. I'll be upstairs watching my show.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right. It is March. Keep thinking May. It's March 5th. A good bunch of born days today. Starting with 27-year-old Justin Fields.
Ohio State Buckeye.
Already on 3 different NFL teams, too.
Yeah. I thought he actually was going to be pretty good. In fact, on draft night, I was really nervous that the Broncos were going to get him, because he kept falling and falling. Mm-hmm. He was like projected number 2, and then he was the same draft as Mac Jones and Trey Lance, and they both went 2 and 3. Gosh, who went number 1? It was another quarterback. It wasn't Trevor Lawrence, was it? Might have been.
Yeah, probably was. Yes.
And then Justin Fields fell, and who did the Broncos get? Oh, just Patrick Surtain the second.
Yeesh.
And so now I wish it was Justin Fields.
No kidding. I thought he would be, not just because they're both black quarterbacks, so don't chastise me, anybody. I thought he would be Caleb Williams light, big arm, lot of pedigree in college. I thought
better runner than
that.
Caleb,
yeah.
yeah.
But I thought he'd be more useful than he is, but he's kind of not. So, also, it's Kyle Schwarber's birthday.
He'll be hitting a couple of big bombs tomorrow night. I'd book it, at least just one. But Indiana Hoosier and Chicago Cub, and now Philadelphia Philly.
U.S. and Brazil, 7:00 tomorrow night. What's the final score going to be? Lay it on me.
Oh, man. One of the things I'm absolutely taking tomorrow, and he just doesn't get enough credit for how damn good he is, Logan Webb's going to shove. And I'm a little bit frustrated that the way they're lining this up, Logan Webb's not going to be pitching in the finals. Get this. It'll be Nolan McLean if he can get over Vertigo.
Oh, my God.
He'll be lined up to pitch the championship game because Tarek Skubal's going to go toss a couple of snowballs and then go back to Detroit and spring train or go back to Florida, I guess it would be. And so that doesn't really matter. Paul Skeens, I think, is going to have 2 starts. I would just save them for later in the tournament, but maybe that's not the case here. But Logan Webb, whatever the run total is tomorrow for Brazil, I'm taking the under.
Okay. If Nolan McLean was healthy, do you think that would matter? Like we'd be pushing people to more favorable games?
I'm high on him. I think he's a tremendous young pitcher. But you're also, if you take it seriously like I do, I don't want to see the U.S. lose again. They've only won one time. 2017 would have been the only time because they lost to Japan in 2023. There was none in the COVID year. 2014, I believe, was DR, and the first one ever was Team Japan won that. So Japan's won the majority of them, and I would hate for Team USA to get to the finish line and then not have the ammo in the starting rotation to get it done, because that's exactly why they lost in 23. Their rotation was shot, and it wasn't much of a rotation to begin with. Now they finally got the rotation, and guys are last minute being like, I'm actually only going to throw like 50 pitches and then leave. Like Tarek Skubal against Great Britain, that's my biggest gripe, and I'll be talking about it later on in the day.
Okay.
You're throwing 55 pitches against Great Britain. It didn't matter who the U.S. started against Great Britain.
Exactly.
Play.
Exactly.
Like, what if you're going to throw 55, which there's a pitch limit too on what these guys can throw. I don't know if you caught that last night. It's like 65, I believe, in round 1, and then it gets up to 80, then 95 in the championship round.
Yep.
So I get it. Like, that makes sense. 55, 65. Okay, that's what he would only be throwing anyway. But using him against Great Britain, again, maybe it's Detroit saying, I want him to throw that and then come on back. But boy, if the U.S. was going to do it correctly and Mark DeRosa had his choice, you just save Skeens and Skubal for DR and Japan because they're not probably going to beat them if they're having to resort to the other guys in the bullpen, like Ryan Yarborough, bless his heart, against that type of Team Dominican Republic lineup.
Do you have any idea who the pitching coach is?
I'm pretty sure it's Andy Pettit, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Let me double check on that.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, it's definitely somebody I should know. I mean, I can't just say I take it seriously. Yeah, it's Andy Pettit.
Okay.
Andy Pettit, Skip Schumacher's on the bench, which is kind of surprising because he is managing a team currently right now in the Texas Rangers, but this is probably cooler to do.
Right.
Sean Casey, Matt Holliday, the hitting coaches.
Okay.
Dino Ebel, third base.
Okay.
George Lombard is first base. And then assistants Freddie Gonzalez, Brian McCann, and Michael Young.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Of course.
Wally Zerbiak is 49 today.
Basketball.
That's right. Paul Konerko, 52.
If you don't recognize him as a top 3 Royal killer, I would love to hear somebody else's list. I know Frank Thomas was up there, but of my lifetime, my goodness, how many times did Paul Konerko just punish the Royals?
He's a good hitter, man, period. He's a really scary right-handed hitter. I'm in his book, by the way, to make it about me for a second. He got me in the Cal League when he was a member of the Dodgers.
Never say make it about you when you actually have cool stories. I'll give you a hard time if you tell a story. I'm like, what a waste of our time, Shane. What an absolute waste of our freaking time.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah. Doesn't that just bug the hell out of you when somebody does that?
Sure it does.
They interject a story.
That's why I don't want to be that guy.
They interject. You're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Man? Are you serious?
Yes.
That's also the worst feeling you can ever have if you're with your buddies and you jump in, you're like, oh, speaking of that, or I'm going to go way off topic here, and then you say a story, and it just does not resonate with the rest of the group. And they're like, what was that all about?
Yeah.
Why'd you speak up?
Also making it about me, former teammate of mine. No cool story, though. So that threw it for you. Jose Mercedes is 55.
Any relation to your mean?
Man, I couldn't tell you that. He's
can't imagine there's too many Mercedes.
Yeah, that's true.
Names.
Yeah, he's from the Dominican. Pitched for the Brewers, Padres, obviously, for a little bit. Nice guy.
By the way, I want to run it by you just because I'll be steering this ship all by my lonesome self. How do you like this lineup? And if I'm missing anything or you missed out anything on your show, I'll absolutely talk about it because we're going fully rogue here.
Okay.
We're running naked through this show here. Okay. I got no guests to bounce off of. We'll talk a season in review for KU and K-State.
Okay.
I got how the Chiefs should draft now for the second segment. Of course, there's some mocks out there for pick number 9, number 29.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got the most likely Big 12 tournament bracket in that quick little 5-minute segment. Got one on the Jurickson Profar talk.
Okay.
To open up hour number 2. Got a little World Baseball Classic preview. And then does Miami of Ohio belong in March Madness? Because I can't do a top 3 Thursday to nobody but myself.
To with yourself, yeah.
So
I like it.
Anything I'm missing out on?
No, I enjoy that a lot. And I think you can weave the Profar thing in with all of us because for those of us that follow the Royals, there was some flirtation between
correct.
Those two, if you believe what you read. So that was a bullet dodged. All right. I dig it. I'll be listening. Chad Fonville, 55.
Baseball?
Yes. Brian Hunter, 55.
I also think baseball.
Yes. Stolen base leader in the American League once. Astro, Tiger, others. Michael Irvin is 60.
What are you going to do about it?
Playmaker.
What are you going to do about it? Dallas Cowboy, Miami Hurricane.
The U. Playmaker. Kent.
Also.
Yes.
I'll go Kent Tacove, baseball.
Very good.
Pirate, too.
That's right.
Michael Irvin, forgot to say Deacon.
Deacon, that's right. I was getting ready to say that, too, yeah.
Foul up top.
Did okay.
Really good.
Did okay.
I thought he was great.
Yeah, he had a lot of speaking parts for an athlete.
Did I foul you? That was a clean foul.
You're good. I get you, dog.
I get you, dog. Oh, such a good. I had to go watch it again.
Rocky Blyer is 80.
This is football.
That's right. Anything else?
No.
War hero. He was in the Vietnam War. Yeah. Steeler great. Scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl. And one of them. Hell, he may have scored multiple ones. He was in Super Bowl 9, Super Bowl 10, 13, and 14 with the Steelers. Fred the Hammer Williamson, 88.
Got to be football.
Yeah. Chiefs. Also actor. Very well could be in the Chiefs Ring of Honor. Can't confirm that, though.
Either you can tackle him or hit him over the head with that hammer of yours.
Billy Tubbs, R.I.P. Born day. Would have been 91. Yep.
You not pick up my reference?
I didn't. Glossed right over.
They're talking to Goldberg in the shower.
Oh my God.
Does that mean I get to tackle him? Either you can tackle him or hit him over the head with that hammer.
I still think that's going to fit. Goldberg. What a star-studded cast that turned out to be.
Just another great Adam Sandler cast.
It was.
There's no more Gatorade. Damn it.
And then they killed poor caretaker.
Yeah.
Dang.
Gruesome way,
It really was. Yeah. I guess they're in prison after all. And finally, before you take it away, wait, you perfect?
No, I've definitely missed some.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good. Hey, everybody, stick around. Jack Johnson is filling in for Pat in the Pulse, and he comes your way next.
Bye, Shane.
Have a good one, dude.
I'll try.